Welcome to The Explainer. Today we're jumping straight into a scenario I can almost guarantee you've experienced firsthand: the hidden dangers of copy-pasting confidential data into public LLMs. Now, picture this for a second. You are totally under the gun. You've got a massive deadline looming, your coffee went cold an hour ago, and you just need a quick solution to a really frustrating problem at work. So what do? You turn to a public AI tool. You highlight some text, hit copy, paste it right into the prompt, and boom, you get your answer. It feels like this massive productivity win, right? But that split-second decision is actually creating an entirely new frontier of cybersecurity threats.
Section 1. The innocent copy and paste. Good intentions, hidden risks. We really need to set the record straight here, because when we talk about data exfiltration, our minds immediately go to, malicious hackers in dark hoodies, or maybe disgruntled employees smuggling files out on a flash drive. But the reality of the AI age? It's completely different. Most employees are not trying to leak sensitive information. Generative AI is just incredibly useful, and it's seamlessly woven itself into the fabric of how we work. The intent is almost always good.
Seriously, when was the last time you copy-pasted under pressure? Think about how insanely fast you move in those moments. You're a developer rapidly debugging code right before a major deployment. Or maybe a financial analyst desperately untangling a spreadsheet 30 minutes before a board meeting. Or drafting a highly sensitive client email, your brain is just moving a mile a minute. You're absolutely not thinking about corporate data policies. You are only thinking about the solution. Highlight, copy, paste.
It takes only a few seconds. Just let that sink in for a moment. 1, 2, 3. That is exactly how long it takes. But the crucial takeaway here is that those few seconds of rapid, pressure-fueled productivity create a heavily underestimated security risk. The second you hit enter, that data leaves your organization's controlled environment. The sheer speed of the action completely masks the severity of the consequence.
Which brings us to the AI security blind spot and a completely new path for data exfiltration. Because here's the fundamental truth we have to wrap our heads around. The core problem isn't that people are using AI. AI is a brilliant tool. The actual problem is exactly what they are sharing with it.
So what exactly are we accidentally sharing? Well, without even realizing it, folks might paste proprietary source code, which is literally the intellectual property lifeblood of a tech company. Or they might drop in customer information and financial data, which instantly triggers massive privacy and compliance violations. Maybe it's internal strategy documents, or worse, credentials like API keys and passwords just mixed right into those code snippets. When these highly sensitive items slip into public AI prompts, the organization instantly loses all visibility. They have zero idea where that data just went, and it is an immediate violation of internal security protocols.
And this blind spot is a huge headache for IT teams. Just think about the contrast between traditional security and our new reality. Traditional data loss prevention, or DLP, is beautifully designed to inspect emails leaving the network, it blocks sketchy file transfers, and it monitors USB devices. But then you have the AI blind spot. Traditional DLP entirely misses a simple copy and paste command executed inside a web browser prompt. The data isn't an attachment, right? It's just keystrokes. It's a completely different path for data to leave the organization, and it flies totally under the radar.
The self-hosting misconception, or the build-it-yourself myth. When organizations finally recognize this terrifying blind spot, there's this very common, almost knee-jerk reaction from leadership. They go, well, public AI is a risk, so let's just host our own large language model internally. And look, for a select few organizations with massive resources, sure, that might be the right call. But for the vast majority, it's a huge misconception.
Because the true cost of self-hosting an LLM is staggering. It is definitely not as simple as downloading a program and hitting run. First off, you need specialized hardware. We're talking significant GPU resources, which right now are incredibly expensive and super hard to even source. Then you've got the ongoing maintenance and model updates. AI moves fast, and keeping a model current is literally a full-time job. Add to that the rigorous security hardening required to keep that server safe, plus the necessity of hiring highly skilled, highly paid AI engineers to keep the whole shebang running. For companies without dedicated AI infrastructure, it's just an overly complex, expensive, and burdensome investment.
Fortunately, there is a much simpler path. Instead of bearing that massive self-hosted burden, consider the enterprise AI reality. You do not have to self-host an LLM to get strong privacy and security. Today's enterprise AI platforms from providers like OpenAI, Anthropic, and Google offer incredible features right out of the box. They give you strong privacy controls, formal enterprise agreements, and, critically, options like zero data retention for eligible services. That means they legally commit to not training their models on your pasted data.
It completely removes the hardware burden while still giving you a secure foundation.
But wait, we aren't totally out of the woods yet. Let's look at evolving data loss prevention. Governance over prohibition. Because while those enterprise privacy commitments and zero data retention policies are a fantastic start, they don't solve the core issue. Why? Because you still need active governance over human habits. You have to manage how AI is actually being used and exactly what information your employees are deciding to share, regardless of whether the platform promises to delete it later or not.
So how do we actually do that? We have to evolve our strategies. Here's the logical step-by-step progression of how modern DLP is adapting specifically for the AI era. Step 1, we need tools that can actually detect when sensitive info is pasted into an AI app directly in the browser. Step 2, the system has to act in real time, either warning or outright blocking users before that confidential data is submitted. Step 3, we must distinguish between our safe, approved enterprise AI platforms and the unmanaged public AI services that employees might just stumble upon. And finally, Step 4, provide security teams with comprehensive visibility into how these tools are being used across the entire company.
To make those steps a reality, you need a specific tech stack for AI governance. In modern environments, these AI-specific capabilities don't just exist in a vacuum. They're supported by underlying technologies. We're looking at Secure Service Edge, or SSE, Cloud Access Security Brokers, known as CASB, secure web gateways, and a whole new suite of AI-aware security controls. The combination of these tools allows IT to enforce organizational policies seamlessly at the browser level, finally closing that copy-paste blind spot.
Which brings us to our concluding philosophy for today's explainer. Enable AI, don't ban it. The path forward. Look, AI is fundamentally transforming the way we work, and let's be honest, that isn't going to change. Organizations that succeed in the future won't be the ones desperately trying to ban AI and block every single chatbot. That just leads to shadow IT. The successful organizations are going to be the ones that enable AI responsibly, with the right governance, visibility, and security controls actively running in the background. The goal isn't to stop employees from using AI. It's to let them use it securely.
Which leads us perfectly to this thought. If you take one thing away from this explainer today, let it be this. Your biggest AI security risk isn't the model itself, it's what people choose to paste into it. The true frontier of modern AI security isn't about complex algorithms or massive data centers. It's the human element. It's the clipboard. It's that split-second decision made under pressure at 4 p.m. on a Friday.
So I want to leave you with a question to evaluate your own workplace. What steps is your organization taking right now to secure AI without slowing down productivity? Are you relying on outdated DLP that entirely misses the browser? Are you trying to carry the massive burden of self-hosting? Or are you enabling your teams with modern AI-aware governance? I'd absolutely love to hear your perspective on this. If this explainer got you thinking about your AI security posture a little differently, be sure to follow FortInfoSec. Stay tuned for more, where we'll keep breaking down real cybersecurity challenges into clear, practical insights. Thanks so much for joining us, and stay secure out there.